First of all, I respect all those people who can do 9 to 5 job, like working 9 to 10 hours in a job, 8 to 10 hours in a job. I really respect them. The reason is simple, because I just cannot do it. I'm just not capable of doing it. That's how I am. Once I remember I was asked by my boss to come and do all my sales calls, all my research, and then go for a meeting and come back to the office, like staying in the desk, staying in office for 8 to 9 hours per day, because he thought that I am not working, made me feel so sick that I was literally feeling sick from within. Literally my body symptoms were changing. I was feeling sick from within. That same day, I quit the job. I returned the laptop, I returned the phone, I returned everything. I said, thank you very much, I cannot do it. And actually, I didn't say him thank you on the face. I just left, and second day I dropped an email that I will not be able to continue with the job because I don't think I'll be fit for it. That's how my body reacted to this whole idea of 9 to 5. Hi, I'm Rahul. I am in Canada for the last 10 to 11 years, and I have been out of this 9 to 5 thing for last more than 5 years. I ran two businesses. One was a recruitment agency, which I ran for 2 to 3 years, and then I'm doing my own telecommunication sales. And I just work 4 hours per day, and that's all I do. Not too crazy. And in this video, I'll talk about why I cannot do 9 to 5 job. I gave you a small story at the front, but there are a few more important things which I like to share, and I hope a lot of people will resonate with the idea. The first important thing which I've already disclosed is that my body started behaving differently. Even with the thought of being trapped, being trapped for money, and I just cannot handle being told what to do, when to do, how to do, being controlled by in any fashion. I'm just not good at it. I just cannot do it. I feel I'm like a bird, who want to do what it want to do, want to fly where it wants to fly. I'm kind of that person, really fluid. So even the idea that someone will tell me what to do and what not to do, I get very, my guards are up instantly. I don't want to be in that situation. I kind of just hate it, honestly, just hate it. I hate it from the bottom of my heart. I can be in a collaborative environment where we all discuss and we all work towards a common goal. But just the idea that someone will tell me that, hey, do this, and I'll pay you money, and you can do it the way I'm telling you. I cannot do it because my body doesn't permit me, my heart doesn't permit me, my soul doesn't permit me. It's just not happening. For me, I think freedom at every level is the most important thing. I'll be happy making $50,000 per year, being totally on myself, then $100,000 in a year, being trapped by someone else, or being instructed every single day to do what to do, right? But having said that, I have some more good things that if you actually start controlling your life, controlling how you want to live this life, you will end up making more money. You'll get more value for your time. Well, the third important thing which kind of, decided that I cannot be in a regular 9 to 5 job is because, even though I'm in Canada for the last 11 years, 10 and a half, 11 years, I want to go back to India badly all the time. My family is there, my mother and father are there. I just want to go back. And I don't want to go back for 3 to 4 weeks like other people do it, who are from India, stay in different part of the world. They have just 3 to 4 weeks, man. What will happen? Out of 2 to 4 weeks, 1 week is just called jet lag. How much can you stay? How much can you experience? How much can you connect back with your roots? I want to go back for a year, 6 months, 3 months at least. So first time I went for 3 months, then I went for 6 months, then I went for 1 year and 1 month. Now when I'm going back, I might stay longer, who knows? So I don't want to be in restrictive state of mind where I can only stay for a few days. I want to be able to be in a position where I can stay as long as I want till my heart permits. So for that, I have to work on some passive income ideas, creating my own business which I can operate from India also. So it's just designing your life, right? I know that I cannot be 9 to 5 because 9 to 5 will not permit me that kind of flexibility, which will permit me to stay for a year in India. But if I create my own business and have passive income sources, I can stay. And for me, staying in India, if I want to stay in India with my parents, should not be a negotiable kind of thing. Like, I have to let go of few things to stay in India. No, I have to find a way to stay in India, right? It's kind of non-negotiable for me actually. So that's like third point, like, India, man. India is one of the most important thing for me, where I have to go back. I come from a small town called Jamshedpur, which is a beautiful city. Google it if you wish. And I love to go back, stay with my family, parents, play badminton. I just went to play badminton for 1 year there because I wanted to train, and because it was my childhood dream to go and play badminton. Childhood dream to actually not play, to get trained in badminton by a professional player. So I went to India, went to Jamshedpur. I picked a person who used to be a national player, actually state player. He used to play for our state, pretty good, right? I told him, hey, I want to be trained. I love to be trained. So he trained me for like few months. Enjoyed it. No agenda to play like any tournaments or something. I just wanted to experience the trading and improve my game. So I want that flexibility, man, in my life. That's why 9 to 5 is just not an option, because who will allow me this kind of flexibility? It has to be allowed to me by myself. And it can only happen if I have passive sources of income, if I am not a 9 to 5, if I have one business, and few sacrifices do take place, but nothing is more important than me able to go back and stay as long as I want. That's like third point, India. The fourth point is more value for money. When I started my recruitment agency, even if I do one recruitment agency, I could make $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, which was way higher commission. And I found that by working very little hours, I can make approximately same amount of money, or even less, right? Doesn't matter. But the return on time, ROT, becomes so high. I was seeing that I can make more money from the same amount of time, and I start seeing that 9 to 5 is actually a waste of time, honestly, in my understanding, because they just, like Elon Musk said that, right? Elon Musk said that if you give yourself 9 hours to do a job, it will take 9 hours. If you give yourself 2 hours to do the same job, you'll find a way to go do it in 2 hours. So I felt that, yeah, I can make same amount of money. I can be more productive. I should be more productive, but at least I found this out, that I can make same amount of money, or at least equal amount of money, even with a little bit less amount of money overall in larger picture, working 3 hours, maybe maximum 4 hours some days. A few days I don't work in a week. I work like 3 to 4 hours in a day, and then I travel. When I go back to India, I don't work for many months. Again, I'm not saying it's the right way or wrong way. I'm just saying that's how I operate. So the 9 to 5 will not allow you to play with this kind of setting where you can make more money for the same time. No, they have a fixed way of doing things. And I kind of saw this. I didn't like it. I thought, I can actually do better with the time. If I work with focus for 3 to 4 hours, so that's pretty much. So that's one thing which I realized. And a lot of people, even including you can do way more with your life if you are doing something of your own, and if you can start taking control of your time. And you'll find that there's so much time people waste just in 9 to 5 setting. 9 to 5 is not designed to actually help you maximize your potential. It's designed to keep you trapped in a way, and designed to make sure that the wheels are running for the corporation. That's my understanding. I hope I'm not hurting anyone's sentiments, but that's how I feel. So that's number 4. Like 9 to 5 is way lower utilization of your potential. You create more value for yourself when you're out of 9 to 5 trap. The 5th point is, I perfectly understood that 9 to 5 is a biggest illusion on job security. Like, if you think job security is there, 9 to 5 is the biggest illusion you can be in. There's no such job security. I remember I've been fired twice. I left one because the company shut down, second time because COVID, third time I left because the person wanted to control me. So where is the job security? I don't see any job security, honestly. In fact, I feel that if you are on your own, if you do something of your own, if you build a business, even though it fails, it teaches you so much lesson. You become a much better version of yourself, and that lesson which you learn, you actually implement in your next project, which has a higher chance of success. In my case, I started a recruitment agency. I ran for 3 years. I closed it because of whatever reason, over competition was the biggest reason I closed it. I saw that for same job role, 100 people are fighting for it, and I don't want to be in extremely highly competitive environment. I want to find new ways of doing things. So I moved to telecommunication, even though it's very competitive, but it's much bigger, market to be served because it's the basic need. So that's when I felt that there's no such job security. If you bet on yourself, you at least, even if you fail, you learn how to move ahead in life and do new things and bigger things and better things. With job security, you just be in that illusion. I feel that's what I feel. So I feel that 9 to 5 is not a way. Honestly, there's no security in this. Better be on yourself. Take life on your own. Be the master of your ship, like I said, right? So that's like fifth point. Don't depend on this job security thing. But yeah, you can plan it out. You just cannot leave it like that. I did build 1 year worth of saving before I left it. Honestly, I was working on it aggressively all the time. Fortunately, I read some good books that helped me. Like Richest Man in Babylon is one book. I'm leaving the link in the description. And then there are other books. I read a lot of books, right? And that kind of wired my mind around how to handle money. So that's one piece. Strongly recommended. And to start building your educational platform and your financial platforms before you leave this, because when you're on your own, you'll be faced with a lot of challenges, and you need to have that knowledge and skill set to handle it. So that's number fifth. That job security is a illusion. The next point was why I never turned back to 9 to 5. My mother was one bigger reason, because when I was looking for a job, when my first child was about to be born, she told that the amount of energy and time you're devoting in finding a job, why can't you start something of your own? And that's when I started a recruitment agency. And the first commission I made was around $5,000 in Canada. In India was something else, because I ran the agency also in India for some time. But mostly in Canada, I had the first commission of $5,000. And I felt, wow, this is a high ticket sale, man. If I can do one per month, I'm golden. I'm just golden if I do just one per month. Then I then I did one recruitment for $10,000. Like, wow, one recruitment is good to cover my 2 to 3 months of expense approximately. So that is kind of eye opener, right? I feel, okay, fine. You can make so much more for the same amount of time. So my mother played an instrumental role in helping me get started, and I still thank her for that. But that was one turning point which I told her. My mother told that, hey, the amount of energy you're spending in finding a job, invest in creating something of your own. And because of all these 5-6 points, I feel that I cannot go to 9 to 5 job. It's just not happening, and it's so difficult for me to be a 9 to 5 job. I really appreciate all those people who can do it, sit in a desk, be a teller or wherever, right? Like work 40 hours per week, 50 hours per week. I respect you guys because you guys can do it. I cannot. But if in case you want to come out of it, it's also possible. I should tell you one thing. It's totally possible. You just need to start planning for it, like build an emergency fund for at least 12 months. I should tell you one thing. Have business idea which should be ready to fail, but have very high chance of succeeding also, and can create cash flows for you. And read about personal finance. These are like few things which you can do, and I'll be also creating more content, so make sure you follow. But honestly, 9 to 5 is not for everyone. If you cannot do it, find a way to come out of it. And if you are happily doing it, I salute you. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.